Mastering your inner strength, the unshakable core of extraordinary living. The journey to mastering your inner strength is not a quick fix or a fleeting moment of inspiration. It is a profound, lifelong commitment to excavating the deepest layers of your being, confronting your shadows, and emerging with a resilience that cannot be shaken by external circumstances. True inner strength is not about brute force or unyielding stubbornness. It is the quiet, unwavering power that comes from aligning your mind, body, and spirit with a purpose greater than yourself. It begins with the raw, often uncomfortable work of self-awareness, peeling back the layers of conditioning, societal expectations, and self-doubt to uncover the authentic self beneath. This process demands brutal honesty, as you must confront the limiting beliefs that have held you captive, the fears that have kept you small, and the excuses that have delayed your growth. It requires sitting in the discomfort of your own vulnerability, acknowledging your weaknesses without judgment, and recognizing that true strength is born not from perfection, but from the courage to face your imperfections head-on. As you delve deeper into the cultivation of inner strength, you will discover that it is inextricably linked to emotional mastery, the ability to navigate the turbulent waters of your emotions without being capsized by them. This means developing the capacity to sit with anger without lashing out, to process grief without being consumed by it, and to experience joy without clinging to it. Emotional mastery is not about suppression or denial. It is about allowing yourself to feel fully while maintaining the clarity and composure to choose your response. This skill is forged in the fires of adversity, as every challenge you face becomes an opportunity to practice resilience. When you encounter failure, whether in your career, relationships, or personal aspirations, you learn to reframe it not as a verdict on your worth, but as feedback for growth. You begin to see setbacks as setups for comebacks, and obstacles as the very things that strengthen your resolve. Discipline is the backbone of inner strength, the daily practice of showing up for yourself even when motivation wanes. It is the commitment to your goals, your values, and your well-being, even when the path is steep and the rewards are distant. Discipline is what carries you through the mundane, the difficult, and the seemingly impossible. It is the refusal to let temporary discomfort derail your long-term vision. This kind of discipline is not punitive or rigid. It is rooted in self-respect and a deep understanding that every action you take is either building or eroding your inner fortitude. Whether it's maintaining a morning routine that grounds you, setting boundaries that protect your energy, or pushing through mental resistance to complete a task, discipline is the bridge between intention and manifestation. Equally critical to mastering inner strength is the cultivation of a growth mindset, the belief that your abilities and intelligence are not fixed, but can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. A growth mindset transforms challenges into opportunities, criticism into constructive feedback, and effort into a pathway to mastery. When you adopt this mindset, you stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstance and start seeing yourself as the architect of your destiny. You recognize that every experience, no matter how painful, holds a lesson, and that every setback is a setup for a greater comeback. This mindset shift is revolutionary because it frees you from the paralysis of fear and self-doubt, allowing you to take bold action even in the face of uncertainty. Another pillar of inner strength is the practice of gratitude and presence. In a world that constantly pulls your attention in 1,000 directions, the ability to anchor yourself in the present moment is a superpower. Gratitude trains your mind to focus on what you have rather than what you lack, fostering a sense of abundance even in times of scarcity. When you cultivate gratitude, you shift your perspective from one of lack to one of possibility, and this shift alone can transform your entire experience of life. Presence, on the other hand, is the practice of fully engaging with the here and now, rather than being lost in regrets about the past or anxieties about the future. It is in the present moment that you access your true power, because it is the only moment where you can take action, make choices, and create change. The people you surround yourself with also play a pivotal role in the development of your inner strength. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, and if those people are negative, complacent, or unsupportive, they will drain your energy and undermine your growth. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with individuals who inspire, challenge, and uplift you, you rise to meet their standard. These relationships act as mirrors, reflecting back to you the potential you may not yet see in yourself. They provide accountability, encouragement, and the kind of honest feedback that propels you forward. At the same time, mastering inner strength requires the courage to distance yourself from toxic relationships, those that drain your energy, diminish your self-worth, or hold you back from becoming your best self. Setting boundaries is not an act of selfishness, it is an act of self-respect, a declaration that you value your peace and growth enough to protect them. Forgiveness, both of yourself and others, is another cornerstone of inner strength. Holding on to resentment, guilt, or shame is like carrying a heavy weight that slows your progress and dims your light. Forgiveness is not about condoning harmful behavior, it is about freeing yourself from the emotional chains that bind you to the past. When you forgive, you release the burden of anger and make space for healing and growth. Similarly, self-forgiveness is essential, as it allows you to move forward without being crippled by past mistakes. You learn to treat yourself with the same compassion you would offer a loved one, recognizing that failure is not a reflection of your worth but a natural part of the human experience. Ultimately, mastering your inner strength is about embracing the full spectrum of what it means to be human, the light and the shadow, the triumphs and the struggles, the certainty and the doubt. It is about recognizing that you are not defined by your circumstances, but by how you respond to them. When you cultivate this unshakable core, you become a force of nature, capable of weathering any storm and turning adversity into advantage. You stop waiting for external validation or perfect conditions to take action, and instead, you create your own momentum. You lead with courage, act with integrity, and inspire others by your example. The journey is not easy, and there will be moments when you stumble, but each time you rise, you do so stronger than before. The world needs people who have done the inner work, who have faced their fears, owned their power, and stand firm in their truth. It needs leaders, healers, and visionaries who operate from a place of unshakable inner strength. And that starts with you. Today, right now, you have the choice to commit to this path, to dig deep, to rise above, and to become the best version of yourself. The road may be long, but every step is worth it, because the reward is a life of purpose, resilience, and unbreakable strength. So take a deep breath, steady your resolve, and begin. The journey to mastering your inner strength starts with a single step, and that step is yours to take.